Okay, kids, with problem number 11, there's two things to do here. A lot of times we have to work backwards with equations. Why? Because we already know the answer. I mean, here's the thing, kids. And some of you are kind of like not too keen on this. Okay, look. If I have, whoa, here we go. Hello. Let's try that. Okay. Let's say I've got 5 plus 7 equals 12, right? Well, that's fine if I know the two parts ahead of time. I mean, but what if I don't know the two parts? What if I know the answer? The answer is already 12 and I know one of the parts was 7, but I don't really know what the other part is. Well, what that would mean is I'd have to work backwards to find the final part. So we have to work in opposite forms than what we're used to. And this is a great example of this. See, I already know the answer to this problem. It's 280. And I also know that one person isn't paying their fair share. One person is paying more. Doesn't mean I add, that actually means that I subtract. See, one thing that kids will do right away is, oh, I see more than, and I know that two people are paying it in half. Okay, 2,800. I cut that in half. That's 1,400. Oh, 1,400. And it's 280 more. No, kids, that's not how you do this. See, remember, I have to work backwards. So not only am I not adding 280, even though it says more than, I'm subtracting 280 from my total. And the only way to figure out who is exactly paying more, I have to take that amount off the total first before I split it in half. Because remember, everything is going opposite. See, the very first thing you would do is, if you're trying to figure out who would pay more, is the first thing you would do is you would like double the amount, then you'd add 280 to get your total, but I'm working backwards. So instead of cutting it in half first, I'll cut it in half last. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, let's just say that my wife and I, we want to pay for, let's say, a bike, right? And the bike's like $1,000. All right, let's just say that my wife's got some extra cash than I do, all right? She's like, okay, I'll pay 100 more. I'm like, oh, sweet, no problems with that. So if that's going to happen, what happens if I cut it in half? Okay, let's say I cut it in half right now, okay? So she's got 500, and then I've got 500. Okay, now she's going to pay $100 more. Well, that means that she has 600. No, wait a minute. If she's paying 600 and the bike costs 1,000, then that means I'm paying 400. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, she's supposed to be paying 100 more, not 200 more. Looks like I did things in the wrong order. So if I use that same example again, so let's say it's a $1,000 bike. She says she wants to pay $100 more. Let's cut out the $100 first. And I'd be left with 900. Then cut it in half. See, that's the amount that I'm paying. The amount that she's paying is, if I'm paying $450, she's paying $550. See, look, now it's $100 difference. So in order, what I need to do is I need to subtract the difference. Whoever is paying more, whoever is paying less, then cut it in half. All right, so Nora's paying more. Elaine's paying less. It's asking for Elaine. So I'll take the smaller of the two amounts. All right, so what I start with is 2,800. Let's subtract what the difference is. So Nora's paying $280 more. Let's subtract 280, okay? 2,800 minus 280 is 2,520. Now cut that in half. So 2,520 divided by 2 should get you $1,260, which is letter B. So what kind of problem is this? Well, this is a subtraction division problem. Okay? when you have a subtract, how do I know it's a subtraction division problem? I got two ways I know this. I know I had the division because I'm talking about two totally different people. And it involves money. So you already know money's coming from two different people. That's division. If it says that you're paying more than, you're gonna wind up subtracting because you have to work backwards to find the original amounts. If it said less than, you'd probably wind up adding. So those are your two clues that you're dividing one and subtracting second. I hope this helps.